Roberto Firmino has gone, so he's been replaced on the thumbnail. And it's out in the old and in with the new. Hello there everyone and welcome to episode 3 of season 4 of Conquering the Euro on Football Manager 2019 with Liverpool. Today we have two games. The first one, our first game in the Champions League of the 21-22 season against Julian Nagelsmann's RB Leipzig in Germany at the Zentralstadion. After that, we travel back to England, to Anfield specifically, for a Saturday kick-off against Bournemouth, who are quite high-flying at the moment. I know we've only played 6 games, but they're in 5th place at the moment. We obviously haven't had the best start, and we've only played 1 game since I've last with you. And that was against Stoke, and I'm a little bit frightened of going off camera at the moment because we haven't won a game off camera. We've won 2 games so far, and they've both been on camera. And then we drew, lost, and drew. So we need to win against Leipzig today and win against Bournemouth to keep that unbeaten run on camera. Well, it's not an unbeaten run on camera because we lost to Tottenham on camera, but let's keep this winning run going, I'd say. An unbeaten run going on camera. So not really anything's happened apart from Firmino's obviously left, which we talked about last episode. But as you can see, there's a few injuries in the squad, so we might have to rectify some of this now. But I'll come back to you in a minute when we've sorted out the squad. So the squad hasn't changed much since you've last looked at it, but basically what's happened, we've got Lafont in goal, we've got Gomez, Mamana, Van Dijk and Robertson at the back, with Fabinho, Grujic and Keita as your midfield. So I wonder whether they play better in those positions. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. We'll put Grujic as an advanced playmaker. Trincao and Gnabry on the wings with Mario Balotelli up front. This away fixture against Leipzig. Now, I don't think we picked up a point away from home yet, I think. We might have picked up a point against Leicester. Did we? Yeah, we did. But we haven't won away from home. That's what we've always struggled with, I think, in this save in general. And having RB Leipzig's, having Leipzig, Valencia and Marseille is going to be a really tricky job. Because we are really going to have to win possibly 4 out of the 6 games, I think, to stand the chance of qualifying. Because they are 3 very good teams. 3 very competitive teams. It's really not seen that there's been any division in that group in terms of seedings or anything like that. It seems that it's very much an equal group, and it's nice because it means that anyone can get through, but at the same time it's a little bit of a headache for us because there are no easy games, and I think that having a harder group just highlights there's no easy games in the Champions League whatsoever, never mind just the fact that there's no easy games. Say, I don't know, if you just play, for example, like United's group with Shakhtar and Schalke, there's 2 clear teams that are probably lesser than the other 2 because of Real and Man United being such big names. But for us, I think that there's quite a, not a different, in fact that's the whole point. Wow, that's a good start for Leipzig. They've just scored 5 minutes in and we're already behind, and I feel like today's episode might be one where we slip a little bit. And no, that's no reference to anything about Gerrard. And that in game would be what, 8-9 years ago now, so I bet the fans have completely forgot it. It'll be more like when we lost against Manchester United. That lost us the title under Mr. Jones. But they've got another chance early on here, which is a bit frightening, but a good stuff from Gomez to chuck it out. Can we get one back? Grujic, good ball through to Balotelli. Balotelli through one-on-one with the keeper, and it's nearly a goal just off the post. He had beaten the keeper there, Adar Mario, but unfortunately it didn't come to anything else. But apart from that, we've generally had quite a good start, but we could be 2-0 down, unbelievably, after that good start in, 7 minutes? Sorry, I'm just loving this cup of tea. It's at just that right temperature where you can just drink it and it's beautiful. Douglas on the edge of the box. Well, this isn't the best start for us, is it? Blimey. And I don't even think we're playing particularly badly. But we're going to have to tell the players to show some passion, because we've got to be shown a bit of a hard line. But from what I've seen there, we're not particularly playing that badly. And it's a bit of a shame that we're 2-0 down. But ultimately we are. So we've got to do something to rectify that. And it's not looking all that good for us so far, which is a little bit worrying. So we are going to have to go direct quite quickly on in this game. I think quite, early on. Not quickly on. Quite early on in this football match. But no, this isn't the best start for us whatsoever. But we can always come back. We've had 7 shots. We're really going for it, I think. And it just shows our determination as a squad. So fair enough to the lads. But it could well be all over, especially if they go and score again, say, here. That would be an absolute disaster for us. And that could well happen, but Damata's got the ball. Good stuff from Mamana to get it back. Grujic. Keita. Can we get the first one back? Lovely ball from Keita up, but didn't quite meet its target in the end. Could this be another counter-attack for Leipzig? Possibly. Werner. Bailey on the ball. That's Leon Bailey, I presume. Through. Gomez gets it out for now. Trincao. Can he get it back up? Trincao to Keita. Keita, lovely ball through. Balotelli, but it's out by Canate. Bailey back on the ball for Leipzig to Brecalo. Brecalo through to Werner. Oh, he's beat Robertson. That could be bad. Werner in the box takes a large kick of the ball. But luckily, Lafont's wiser to it. And we don't go 3-0 down. I did not think within 25 minutes we'd be 3-0 down here. We aren't. but we're very close to being. Me saying about, well, you know, United and Real should go through that group. Well, in fact, Schalke are actually beating United. That's shocking from Gnabry and Robertson there, you know. Just complete dopiness. And it seems that they're just defending very well. That we can't get it up to the man up front, which is Robertson, is Balotelli. So we might have to have a rethink at half-time. Because it seems it's just a lot of trying to chuck it into the box. And not a lot of success on that front at the moment. But we might be able to find a breakthrough here. Grujic to Fabinho. Fabinho to Keita. Keita, Fabinho, probably back out to Robertson, I guess it'd go now. But now we've lost the ball. Well done. Clap, clap. Di Matta to Bailey. This could well be 3-0. Werner, through on goal. We skied that one. But we're going to have to change things because, simply put, it's not going well. Can we back to our initial tactic? We will. And we're going to take Keita off because he seems quite anxious. There's no point keeping an anxious player on, in my opinion. And we're going to bring our only striker we've got on the bench, who seems stupid. But Ben Woodburn's been quite clinical, to be fair. One who's been on the pitch this year. So we're going to give Woodburn a chance. And hopefully we can get back into this game. To be fair, when Woodburn played for us... No, it wasn't, sorry, when Woodburn played. When we had this tactic against Arsenal, we won 6-2. So it can't be the worst tactic in the world. But we are losing a bit of possession. And it looks like Leipzig are going to go into the break. Possibly 3-0 up here. Bricalo into Gallardi or whatever it is. Oh, no. It is. It's 3-0 Leipzig before half-time. Oh, this is a travesty. I don't get... well, consistency is always the big problem going throughout a league season. It's seeming to be the problem here. It really is. We get sort of a false sense of security. We battered both Arsenal and Manchester United. And we've struggled everywhere else. We can't play away from home. Ultimately, what we're going to have to do now is go attacking. There's not really any option to do anything else. But you can argue, well, we're already going attacking. We're doing direct passing. What else can we do? And that's a good question, to be honest. It really is. Unless we have a complete, well, I don't know what I can say, but just a complete overhaul of our form in this half only. We're not going to go back into this game. I mean, if Leipzig score again, that will be the final nail in the coffin. That's just poor from Woodburn. Lack of effort there. Gomez through to Trincao. Trincao, can he keep on the ball? He certainly can. This could be the first one back, possibly. Lovely ball over from Trincao to Gnabry, and it's the first goal for us. We're going to tell the players now, just going to encourage them to get up the pitch. And to be fair, if we can get another one in the next, say, 10 minutes, we could really be back into this game. That's the kind of skill and vision we can have, though, sometimes. And then... a lot of the time, we don't play with that vision, and it really frustrates me because we can play that well, but we just almost decide not to play that well sometimes, and it's really frustrating to watch when you know that sometimes, yeah, you can do it, but ultimately, it's not happening. So, as I've just said, I think unless there's a complete change of fortune in this half, I don't see us coming back into it, but we may as well go very attacking, because at the end of the day, we're 2 goals back. There's no point hiding away from it. We may as well just go for it. Extreme passing, be more expressive, and possibly run at the defence a bit more. Because at the end of the day, we've got to get on with it now and make sure we make this result respectable. I mean, a 3-2 is not all that bad. It's a loss, It's a loss, isn't it? A loss at the end of the day. Will we bring Wilson on? We will bring Harry Wilson on. And we'll keep Gnabry on that right-hand side. See if Harry Wilson can do anything for us. But our bench, I suppose you can say, is quite... bereft of replacements, and that might be the problem with the fact that Roberto Firmino's left the club. But I have to say, we've got 5 minutes left here, and apart from that lovely goal we scored, we've done nothing today, and it's really bad to see. Not the best way to start, but luckily Valencia and Marseille have cancelled each other out so far, which is a nice thing to say, because obviously it only leads us 1 point behind the qualifying zone. So the the effects of this result is not too bad in the end. But Berkey is going for the goal kick. Mr. 15, number 15, holding him back a bit. I wonder if we can get one more goal. Forsberg on the ball. Doesn't like it whilst Leipzig have got anything to do with it. Forsberg to Atebo. Atebo to Douglas. Douglas still on the ball. Douglas to Forsberg. Forsberg, oh, that's a good challenge from Henderson, but... nothing coming of it. This is probably just going to be A, another Leipzig goal, or B, just a bit of a petering out of the game. But Werner's through on goal, and it's very nearly 4-1. But good stuff from Van Dijk and Lafont together to turn the ball back. But that's going to be it, I think, now. Balotelli just having absolutely no impact on today's game. And that's a real frustration, to be honest, against Leipzig. But you can lose these games. It's not the worst result in the world. It can happen. and it's not the most detrimental effect. But as long as we can go and beat Bournemouth in the Premier League after this match, the impacts of this result aren't all too bad. But we need to learn from this and go and win, because I think I've actually, the whole of the 4 seasons, it's been our worst start so far. So we need to consider that and make sure that poor start doesn't continue the Premier League, and then we just make sure that any of that bad form that's in this game or in previous games is soaked out of the squad. So let's go and play Bournemouth, and hopefully it'll be our first win. We'll be away from home again, but anyway, it'll be our first win of this episode, definitely. I think what happened over the summer is that we sold that many players that actually we've ended up with not a lot of them. It's not looking great. Salah's got an injury, Alexander-Arnold's got an injury, and all these 3 players are quite tired. So we end up with a squad that's got quite a few players that are tired, but we've done the best that we can given the situation. So Navas is back in goal for this game with Mia, Van Dijk, Gomez and Moreno at the back, with Henderson and Keita in the midfield. Gnabry and Wilson take the attacking midfield, with Balotelli and Woodburn up front. I do hope that Balotelli can get a few goals on the sheet today, but the reason that Aguero's not there is because he's just not got the match fitness. So I don't know what happened in pre-season, whether he didn't play or what, but he hasn't had the match fitness so far, and perhaps we need to play him in a few games just to make sure that happens, because now that Roberto Firmino's left the club, we actually only have 3 strikers, and that includes Ben Woodburn, and that's quite a frightening prospect, at least until Christmas. And I do feel that possibly losing Firmino it's not going to be the difference between us winning the title and not, because I don't agree with that whatsoever. I don't think that having Firmino in the team would make that much of a difference, but it's certainly going to make a difference, and it might well make a few points difference. So, you know, it might be a decision we live to regret. Regret? We probably will regret it, yeah, definitely. But a win today would definitely put us in the right direction. We'd get up to the top 7 or the top 8, and it would just put our season into a bit of a better direction than it was before the game. Poor stuff, though. We're just not playing well at the moment. I gave the whole team talk to the players before the game a few days ago, just saying, look, you know, I've got faith in you guys, calm down and all that nonsense. And that is not, well, it is now, thank God. I was just about to say, we're going to score at some point. I think we had 4 shots all in all there, but Woodburn finished it off, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool, and that is lovely, lovely, lovely to see. Let's have a look at this. Gnabry was put the ball by Wilson, and Gnabry had a bit of a... No, he didn't really have a shot. Henderson had a shot. Begovic saved it. Then Wilson sort of had a shot. Then it came back to Woodburn, and there wasn't a hell of a lot that bigger Begovic, who unbelievably, he's still there, as well as Cook, Ake, not Lewis Cook, Ryan Fraser, Callum Wilson. There's a few players that are still there. Obviously, with us, there's quite a few players that are still here. But for a club like Bournemouth, that's quite a surprise. But at least we're in the top half of the table now. At least we're recognised by the good old FM gods who make the league table. This could be one each though. Lewis Cook, wow. Wow. Navas gets his place back in the net, and to be honest, didn't do anything there. It was a nice strike, but he should have really saved that, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Luckily though, if we do end up winning this game, there's not anybody who started that well. So we end up with being, what, 4 or 5 points behind Chelsea? So luckily, we do get that bit of luck from that. But it's one each, and I don't think we're going to win this, because we got very lucky with that 1 goal. And apart from that, it doesn't seem that we've really offered anything else in terms of our attacking mindset. I'm a little bit worried that teams might have figured us out, because we did play very well last season. We did get some very good results, but we could play better. And I think that possibly now teams have figured us out. I don't really know. We haven't particularly added to the squad over the summer in our attacking capability. Maybe Balotelli's been found out, but by that hat-trick in the first game, it suggests otherwise. But I don't think he's scored since then. But there's always time today, wink, wink, Balotelli, for him to do that. Keita with the shot, and it's just over the bar. That would have been a brilliant catalyst to put us back ahead here. But we've got a highlight straight after that shot from Keita, and hopefully it's not a goal for Bournemouth. In fact, I'd never hope that it's a goal for Bournemouth for any team that we play against. For Gnabry, though, he's going to be a bit greedy here. I hope not. Balotelli on third box. I can't speak. Gnabry's got the ball back, though, and Begovic saves. We're not clinical enough, that's our problem. We're dilly-dallying too much outside the box, and to be honest, we're not really offering too much when we get into the box. Balotelli with the ball in, and again, Bournemouth get it out quite easily, and now they've got the counter-attack. But because they don't use it that well, I think, we get away with it. But they've still got the ball. Wijnaldum, of course, our former player's back on it. Lovely ball from Ake to Cavallero, who's a former Wolves player. And Gomez gets a touch on that. From the Cavallero, I was going to say the box, but the cross, and it's a Bournemouth corner. Ryan Fraser into box for Ake, and it's just over the bar. So, within 20-30 seconds, we've had corners on either end of the pitch, and neither of them come to anything. This could be a goal now for Bournemouth, and it is. Oh, luckily it's offside. Luckily, it's offside. We've been let out of jail free there. We are going to change the tactic to that whole 4-5-1 thing. Because I do wonder whether we can make something out of that. But who are we going to bring on? We'll bring on Fabinho for Woodburn. My mouse is really annoying me lately. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring on Aguero for Balotelli. Because Balotelli has done, pardon my French, bugger all so far this game. I couldn't think of a better word to say, and I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's just say it. We're going to demand more out of the players when we can. I know that the players have been focused already, but I think that players like Aguero would benefit from that sort of team talk. We've got 25 minutes left, and all we need is one goal. We're not really bothered about the result. We're not bothered about how scrappy we can get the result. It's all about just getting that result anyway. So we need to make sure that we get the result, or else we're going to have some sad fans on the way home at the end of the day. Going to be a little bit more expressive. Let the players express themselves. But let's make sure we have a bit of a higher defensive line. Not necessarily the offside trap, we don't need that, but a very urgent pressing intensity. And we're trying to play with a little bit of guts. Some guts in our game. We've got less possession though than Bournemouth so far. And we've got one sub remaining. Who are we going to bring on to see if he can be a catalyst for the game? And I think that might be Trincao. So we're going to bring Trincao on. And he can be a winger on attack. And we're going to put, I was going to say Callum Wilson then. No, we're going to put Harry Wilson on a inside forward mentality. Can we get anything out of this game? I do wonder. We've got 10 minutes to go. Please, 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 can there be another highlight? It's been the most boring episode on our side because we've conceded quite a few times. And to be honest, the goal that we did get was pretty scrappy. Oh dear. Wijnaldum's put a lovely ball through to Callum Wilson. And luckily, our defenders put it out. But we're really not playing well at the moment. Keita, Fabinho, Henderson. Henderson on the ball. Can we get a late winner? Aguero on the edge of the box to Trincao. Trincao, go on, son. Oh, that was a rubbish shot from Trincao. Really no effort in it. And it was easy for Begovic to get. And it seems that all the players keep palming the ball off to each other. And that nobody really wants to have a shot. So there's something going fundamentally wrong. There really is. There's something going wrong. We were clinical last year in this sort of game. And this year we're not. We've had, 2 wins, 3 draws and 2 losses. And that is not the best way to start whatsoever. From 7 games, we have got 9 points. And it's really not been the best start. And to avoid us slipping away straight away, we've really got to find some sort of tactic, some sort of way of playing, some sort of formula, whatever that is, to arrest this slump in form. But if you guys have enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like on the video, comment down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.